At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely. Anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
At Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
Welcome to First State Community Bank, where the community is at the heart of everything we do. At FSCB, we're your trusted neighbors, committed to strengthening the connections that make our town thrive. You get more face time with our dedicated team to understand your unique needs and help guide you to financial success. We also provide the latest technology, so you can enjoy the convenience without compromising the personalized touch. Experience our hometown advantage with modern conveniences. Visit us at fscb.com.
In football, every play starts with one goal: protect the ball. It takes strength, teamwork, and focus to keep it safe. At First State Bank and Trust, we protect what you worked hard for, your finances. With us, you'll have a team that's always alert, keeping your money safe from every angle, through every challenge. We're here to protect your finances, because at First State Bank and Trust, your financial security is our game plan. First State Bank and Trust. Strong, secure, trusted. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Please pass the hot sauce. No, none of that watered down ketchup. Give me the heat.
At Southern Bank, we're never not helpful.
Next stop,
Spicy City. Helping spicy grandmas and everybody else.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up and coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions. Agriculture is not a fad, and it's not for the faint of heart. Long days become long nights, sacrificing time away from your family, even on weekends, just so you can get the crop in and get the crop out. This is your way of life. At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we are 100% bought into your commitment. Because we are customer-owned, it is our mission to be your ag lender, and we intend to be your value-added partner for next year and the long term.
Your ag lender will always be there.
We do things the right way, we do it honestly, and we do it well. We go to trial with confidence that in Southeast Missouri, when we work hard and we do a good job of presenting the case to the jury like we know we can do, justice will be done and the client will be taken care of. If you need someone to represent you at trial, call Cook Barquette Ponder & Walls.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun, and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
At Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
Welcome to First State Community Bank, where the community is at the heart of everything we do. At FSCB, we're your trusted neighbors, committed to strengthening the connections that make our town thrive. You get more face time with our dedicated team to understand your unique needs and help guide you to financial success. We also provide the latest technology so you can enjoy the convenience without compromising the personalized touch. Experience our hometown advantage with modern conveniences. Visit us at fscb.com.
In football, every play starts with one goal: protect the ball. It takes strength, teamwork, and focus to keep it safe. At First State Bank and Trust, we protect what you worked hard for, your finances. With us, you'll have a team that's always alert, keeping your money safe from every angle, through every challenge. We're here to protect your finances, because at First State Bank and Trust, your financial security is our game plan. First State Bank and Trust. Strong, secure, trusted. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Please pass the hot sauce. No, none of that watered down ketchup. Give me the heat.
At Southern Bank, we're never not helpful.
Next stop,
Spicy City. Helping spicy grandmas and everybody else.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Notre Ag Solutions. Agriculture is not a fad, and it's not for the faint of heart. Long days become long nights, sacrificing time away from your family, even on weekends, just so you can get the crop in and get the crop out. This is your way of life. At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we are 100% bought into your commitment. Because we are customer-owned, it is our mission to be your ag lender, and we intend to be your value-added partner for next year and the long term.
Your ag lender will always be there.
We do things the right way, we do it honestly, and we do it well. We go to trial with confidence that in Southeast Missouri, when we work hard and we do a good job of presenting the case to the jury like we know we can do, justice will be done and the client will be taken care of. If you need someone to represent you at trial, call Cook Barquette, Ponder & Walzer.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun, and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
At Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
Good evening and welcome to Aycorp Sports and our coverage of boys high school volleyball. We're coming to you from the campus of Saxony Lutheran High School just east of Jackson, Missouri. Tonight we'll have two games for you. This first game features the Notre Dame Bulldogs taking on the Cougars from Lutheran High School St. Charles. Our second matchup will feature the Cougars taking on the host Saxony Lutheran Crusaders. Alongside my broadcast partner, Coach Carl Ritter, I'm Philip Britt.
Good afternoon, Philip. The only thing better than one volleyball match in the evening is getting the option to have two volleyball matches here to watch tonight.
Absolutely.
The Lutheran St. Charles Cougars were scheduled to play, I think, at Notre Dame on Tuesday. However, I think they kind of discussed things and decided, hey, let's make it a try match tonight here at Saxony Lutheran. So officials decided to do all that, and here we are with two great matches, hopefully, that we're going to get to watch. Notre Dame comes in with a record of 17-8 on the season, including a win last night against St. Mary's Southside here on Aycorp Sports. The Cougars come in with a record of 18-7-1.
Looks like it's going to be an exciting match. Just watching warm-ups, both teams are hitting the ball well. Each team's got a lot of kids that jump well, and they look really good in warm-ups. We'll see how they play once the whistles blow. But we did find out that we're going to be playing best 2 out of 3 in the varsity matches tonight. The JV match, the Notre Dame versus Lutheran St. Charles went 3 sets, and they were long sets. And so that match took a little longer, I think, than folks would have expected. And so here we are ready for the varsity match. Notre Dame, we saw Notre Dame last night against St. Mary's Southside, a team that wasn't as good athletically as Notre Dame. So what does Notre Dame have to do tonight compared to last night to get the win?
Well, from watching the warm-up here, Notre Dame's going to have to block. They're going to have to put up blocks against the Cougars here, and watching them warm up. They've got an outside that jumps really well. They got a middle that's getting really high in the air, and they hit the ball hard. So, in defense, your defense starts with your block.
Right.
And so if you don't put up a good solid block, defending those hard-hit balls like that, it just makes it more difficult. So hopefully Notre Dame can get that block up in the air, slow the ball down, or even prevent it from coming over.
Right.
But we will see how they handle the offense that they're going to be facing tonight. And again, like I told you earlier before we went on air, if you can't pass the ball, you can. I don't care how good you look in the warm-up. You can look pretty amazing, but if you can't pass the ball, well, then your hitting's not going to look like it did in the warm-up. So we're going to see just how good of passers these guys are. That's going to make a big difference as well.
Sure, absolutely. We mentioned last night that neither of those teams, so Notre Dame again tonight, didn't have any exceptionally tall players, and this team doesn't have any. You know what I'm saying is a 6'7", 6'8" kid. We don't see that on these teams. They've got some kids that have pretty good size.
Yeah, I think that number 12 one across there, he's in middle for them. I believe by just kind of glancing at him, I'd say he's probably about a 6'3", maybe.
Right. And that's kind of where they're going to land under that. That's going to be about their tallest player, and so that's kind of our expectation is there's not going to be that one. There's not that one big dominating middle. But he jumps really well. Number 12 jumps really well, and at 6'3", he may be as dominant as some of those 6'7" kids that don't jump as well. So we'll see how this plays out. Both teams are ready. We're ready. Referees are ready. It's exciting. We got two good matches coming to you tonight. We'll take a break between because there will be a junior varsity match between Saxony Lutheran and Lutheran St. Charles following this match before the varsity. We'll come back on the air for the varsity match.
It looks like the Cougars are starting that middle on the left front, so they're going to be able to access his availability on that front line
right away.
Three rotations.
Absolutely. That's a smart move for sure. We'll see if that strategy pays off for them.
His name is Kip North.
Yes.
He's just a junior, so we'll see.
DJ Edson, the libero, back to serve for the Cougars. Nice serve, picked up nicely. Alex Wagner with the first hit, picked up by the number 4, Will Rahm, with the cross court off the top of the net. Couldn't plan that, but it was a good angle because that front court was open over there. So first point drawn by the Cougars. And that was in, right in the corner. Nice shot that time by Burford, Lauren Burford, out of the middle.
Much faster offense tonight now with Notre Dame running than what they've seen last night. We didn't see that.
Already seen that, right?
Exactly.
Seen the difference between last night's game. Number 4, Will Rahm, with another hit, this time to the back and not able to be handled by the Bulldogs. Nice tip that time by Rubel in the middle. Burford again, picked up nicely by the Cougars. Number 10, Henry Durbin, with the hit from the outside. He just came into the game right away, swinging and connecting. Charlie Bennett back to serve for the Cougars. He's our setter. Free ball back over. Let's see what they can do with it. Set quick to the middle. Nice block that time by Rubel. There's number 2. There's your guy, Rylan Versman, out of the back row.
Nice back row attack there. And Versman is a very good leaper as well, and I think he's an outside for them.
Right.
And he attacked the ball very well from the back row.
Good idea too. They weren't quite expecting that. So nice swing by Burford, blocked to the back and blocked out of bounds.
Blockers from Notre Dame needs to turn those hands to the court, to the center of the court. You know, he was up there, he just didn't turn those hands to the center.
That's right, got his hands on it, and that wasn't one where he actually hit it off, trying to hit it out of bounds. He hit it right into that block, and it just went out of bounds. So Bennett back to serve again. Burford trying to go cross court. There's too much on it. Hits it out of bounds.
Notre Dame's seen a little bit better block than they've seen last night, so you know, we'll see how they handle that
6-1
block.
Bennett on a roll in the service line. Good pickup by Bennett. Oh, and hit long. Versman got under that one. Couldn't get over the top of it and hit it long. He says, yes, Coach, I know exactly what I did. I'll do better next time. Big block and then hit by Drew Doobie, out of bounds long. We called his name quite a few times last night. First swing, hit it long. Rom with the serve for the Cougars. Set quick to the middle to Rubel, but picked up nicely by Rom off the block. Rom with the back set to Versman, and that's him. Found that back corner.
Versman took a little off the swing. Still had a little power behind him, but nothing as powerful as what he did on this first attempt. But took a little off and took it to that deep corner for a successful kill.
Absolutely. Pete swung full out. He may well have hit that ball long. Nice back set on a ball that was really hard, a little bit difficult to handle, but that was a nice, perfect set back to Burford. Rubel with the serve. That ball was hit hard. Picked up, tried to pick it up. Rubel tried to pick it up, but not much he could do with that. North in his last hit off the front row, and now he's in the back row. So North with the serve. Nice little floater in the front row. Tough set, but down. Defense failed to communicate there that time.
Jackson DeBrock did a good job finding the hole and putting it down for Notre Dame.
He sure did. That was a very difficult set to handle too. It was really close to the net. Wagner with the swing and hit that ball long, trying to hit that back corner. So 24, Bertel back into the game. We had him down as 28 but he is number 24 for them. Nice block that time by the Cougars. Wagner with the tip over. This is Versman off the block and in the net. Number 2, the setter Joseph Dodson was in the net that time. Bartel with the serve again. Bad pass that time and not able to be handled by Dodson. So timeout, 12-4. The Cougars of Lutheran St. Charles in the lead. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more action on Aycorp Sports.
Please pass the hot sauce. No, none of that watered down ketchup. Give me the heat.
At Southern Bank, we're never not helpful.
Next stop,
Spicy City. Helping spicy grandmas and everybody else.
And we're back here at Saxony Lutheran High School, home of the Crusaders. First match is between the Notre Dame Bulldogs and the Cougars of St. Charles Lutheran. So, Coach, 12-4, quick start for the Crusaders.
Absolutely. They're very, very well versed. They know what they're doing. They've got good swingers. Their setter's good. And Notre Dame, having to face the offense that they didn't have to see last night.
Right.
So, makes a difference.
And how does that affect a team when they play one game one night against a team that's a little bit slower offense, and then the next night they play a fast, high-powered offense?
It definitely makes a difference, And there again, it comes down to, like I told you earlier, blocking. Notre Dame's struggling with their blocking. They haven't had any really successful blocks yet. But the Cougars are, they jump well. They get up above the net real well. So it's been a struggle, but they can put it together, and all they got to do is just start blocking, take a little bit of that power away from the Cougars, and they can be right back in it.
Absolutely. Ball went behind the antenna, so it was out. So a point for the Bulldogs. Versman with a big hard, and it was out. Just barely long. He felt pretty good about it when he hit it, but it hit a little long. I don't think the coach wants him to let off on that one, though. I think that's where he wants him to hit it. Just in the court. He hung up there a long time on that one, Coach.
Oh, yeah, he's got good hang time.
Set to the middle that time for Rosema. Zachary Rosema. Tough pass under the net, into the net. Point for the Bulldogs. Doobie's back to serve again. That's 2 serves, 3 points in a row for the Bulldogs. That was a good timeout. Coach Burford called there, settle her team down a little bit. Nice hit that time and off the hands of the defender and out of bounds. Got them doubled up, 14-7 now. With Versman back to serve. Big strong top spin serve that time. And DeBrock just he got into that one a little too much. Didn't have enough top spin on it to get it down. Versman back to serve again. And out. That's all about timing on that jump serve back there. Nice play there by Rosema again that time.
If you notice one thing that the Cougars are doing well is they're passing the ball well. So their setter's not having to move much to put the ball in the air.
Yep, you're right. First now the back row. That time Rubel's up and puts it down.
Nice block by Rubel.
Rubel and Burford with the up strong with that double block in the front row. Not much you can do about that, Coach. That was a really strong hit from North on the front row.
That's a nice play. We done that. We use that probably in clubs sometimes too. And if you notice that hitter will lay right there on that net, the setter just puts it right up. He just like a little layup approach, and it's very quick offense.
It's all about timing, but they had it timed out perfectly. Will Rahm that time with the cross-court winner. So 18-9, the Cougars aren't letting up. Charlie Bennett back to serve again for the Cougars, the setter. Burford just hit that one back over off the block, and then perfect pass set and hit that time.
Real quick offense there by the Cougars.
Absolutely.
The ball was pretty much on the floor before Notre Dame's blockers got off the floor. So Notre Dame's players are going to read that middle a little quicker and get off the floor a little faster.
Yeah. Well, that's a real challenge. Again, that's what it may take them this set to get back into their, the speed of the game, because they didn't see it last night, and it's a totally different game tonight.
I say it's a much faster offense that they're looking at tonight.
For sure. And for us, it's much more entertaining.
Yeah. Well, anytime you go quicker, the ball's going to be hit harder.
Right.
Cougars doing a great job, making that acceleration of that offense to be so quickly.
So far, they're doing
a great job.
They look very impressive so far. We'll see if Notre Dame can turn this around and make a set out of it here. Coach Burford used her second and final timeout of the set, so they're playing the rest of it out. And Long on the serve. So a good timeout, stopped the momentum a little bit. Kept them from getting that 20th point right away.
Absolutely.
So we'll see if Lauren Burford can get Notre Dame on a little run with his serve. Versman mistimed that jump, but was able to find an open spot in front of Burford in the middle of the side of the court. But
the Cougars did a good job driving the middle hard, pulling that middle block up with him, giving that one-on-one swing to the outside.
Nice big block there with
North and Durbin.
Yep.
Pulling off that double.
North and Durbin together, that was nice.
Yeah, North did a good job getting over there to close the block.
Absolutely. Rom with the hit back over. Bennett with the serve or set, nobody there. They weren't sure where that was going. A nice little tip back over by Dodson that time. So Rubel with the serve. Durbin hits the back row, picked up nicely by the Bulldogs that time. Versman with the swing, off Rubel and out of bounds. Got to get a hand on that at the net. Just not enough hands on that. North back to serve for the Cougars. At 22-11. 22-11. Nice pickup, but out of bounds. Good try that time by North coming out of the back row. So he's going to take a seat, get a little breather. E.J. Edson, the libero, back in to replace him. Quick offense. Zachary Rosema that time with the quick hit.
Much quicker offense tonight that Notre Dame's having to look at than last night. So.
Yep, it's a challenge for them for sure. And you can kind of see it on them right now. They're a little winded. So they're going to have to pick up their intensity coming out in the beginning of set number 2. So Bertel with the serve into the net, 23-13. Cougars with the lead. Drew Doobie back to serve for the Bulldogs. And tips the top of the net. Nice play by the setter Bennett that time. He's in the front row, so he can attack. Versman back to serve. Good receive by Doobie. The set was on the net, but no one was able to get to it for the set. So 25-13, Lutheran St. Charles with the victory in set number 1 over the Bulldogs of Notre Dame. So we'll be back in about a minute. Pay some bills. We'll be back here on Aycorp Sports with set number 2.
We do things the right way, we do it honestly, and we do it well. We go to trial with confidence that in Southeast Missouri, when we work hard and we do a good job of presenting the case to the jury like we know we can do, justice will be done and the client will be taken care of. if you need someone to represent you at trial, call Cook Park Pet Ponder in Walls.
Welcome back to Saxony Lutheran High School for boys volleyball action. The Notre Dame Bulldogs from just down the road in Cape are taking on the Lutheran St. Charles Cougars. And the Cougars came out firing on all cylinders in that first set, Coach.
They did. They ran a really quick offense, and Notre Dame really struggled trying to put the block up against the quick ball. They're not getting off the floor fast enough to stop that quick ball. So, that middle is going to have to stay on their middle,
yep,
and just going to have to stay with him.
The other issue for them is, where's that ball going? They've got almost always they've got 3 solid hitters in the front row. This team is loaded with good hitters, the Cougars team, and knowing where the ball is going to go, knowing where the set's going is going to be a challenge throughout this match.
Absolutely, and watching this match and watching the Cougars play, this tells you that it takes a very athletic person, at the athleticism that you have to have.
Right.
The intuition to be able to read is very crucial in this sport, and it's quick.
Absolutely.
Very quick.
Jackson DeBrock back to serve for the Bulldogs to start off set number 2. Tough pass onto the net and just out of sync right there on the first play.
Lack of communication there between the 2 Notre Dame players.
Yep. So Edson back to serve for the Cougars. Nice hit that time by Wagner for the Bulldogs. Swinging on the right side.
That's what Notre Dame needs to do to stay in this set. They're going to have to make the Cougars play some defense as well.
Right. Rom finds the spot. Not the most pace on that ball. He didn't time his jump perfectly, but he found an open spot.
Ball placement is key sometimes.
Absolutely. So Bertel comes out. Durbin comes back in. Bennett with the serve. Nice save that time by Durbin. That ball looked like it was going to be, he wasn't going to be able to get it back, but he did. Back set to Doobie. Nice play off his foot, but out. Very nice play, and it almost worked. Just when it was hit back over, it was just a little bit wide.
That was really quick reaction on that kid's part.
Absolutely. Only part of his body that could possibly get the ball was his foot, and he got there and got it in a good spot to be played, too. Not just big joust at the net. Comes down. That was 2-on-1 also, and Doobie won the battle at the net.
Notre Dame up 3-2, and right now Notre Dame's playing a little bit more aggressive on the front line.
They are. They had to block up, but not close enough to the net, and
those blockers just need to penetrate a little bit. If they'll penetrate that net a little bit, that ball go right back down.
That's right.
On the Cougar side. That's just all they need to do is a little more penetration.
Doobie with the hit back over, picked up nicely. Set to the outside to Versman, off the block, but out of bounds. No one able to get to it. Good hustle by Schwendeman, the libero, but he could not get to the ball. So Rom back to serve again for the Cougars. Tough swing there by Doobie. He was able to get it in. Big block that time on Versman. That was Dodson and Rubel, I think, on that block. That was nice. That's what they've got to do.
Exactly. That's what they're going to have to do.
And out on the serve. Schwendeman with the serve, and it went out. So Kemp North back to serve for the Lutheran St. Charles Cougars. Handled nicely. Newby with the hit, but blocked. Rosema in the middle that time. Got two solid kids in the middle. They really do.
They do. They jump well, and if you notice, they're blocking. They're really penetrating the net really well.
Absolutely. Nice pass that time. Dodson thought he had that back corner. Good play that time to get that ball, just to get that back over. And the block was up again. Durbin hit it into the block, and it came back over to the Cougar side, and for a point, Notre Dame. So now it's 6-5, Lutheran St. Charles, with Dodson back to serve. Rom out of the back row. Picked up nicely that time by the little out-of-system play, though, for the Bulldogs. Versman just hit that one over the block that time, and nice hit.
By Wagner.
Alex Wagner. The strong swing from the outside. So Dodson back to serve again for the, and in. They were pulled up, thought that ball was going to sail long, and it dropped right into the back corner. Sometimes you guess wrong. Played that one though. Versman with the swing. Block was up again. To Brock that time with the hit. Nice play, Durbin with the hit, but Wagner there to save it on the block. Miscommunication, and not sure who was going up for that ball, so neither one of them were able to make contact. I think Versman was a little concerned that he was gonna be undercut. I think he didn't know exactly where his teammate was going. It's long. Coach, do you think that was a set play? I mean, the middle went up and faked, but on that set over the net, it was kind of similar to the actual hit, the play they ran earlier, where they set the ball to that. Picked up nicely by Rom that time. Free ball back over. See what the Bulldogs can do with it. Set to the outside for Wagner. Picked up by the Cougars. Right back to the back corner. Nice play by Dodson that time.
Exactly what he did last night against
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's. Same thing. You've seen that those defensive players pushed up, and he pushed it right back in that deep corner quickly.
Good court vision to be able to do that. Newby with the serve. Neither one of those balls were real solid contact on the defensive side for the Cougars that time, and as a result, another point for the Bulldogs. So that's 10-7 Notre Dame. Versman with a really strong hit that time. Block didn't get up quick enough that time. They'd blocked him one time, and then they had two times when they were up with him, and he just kind of hit it over the top of them. But that time, he just went right through it. But unfortunately for the Cougars, he's back in the back row now. But Rom's back up there, but that was a big block that time by the Bulldogs.
Like I said, Notre Dame needs to pick up their blocking game. That's what they've done.
They have.
And plus, they've gotten a little bit more aggressive on their offense, and it's showing as they got that 3-point lead at the moment.
Well, I said that it may take them the first set to get back into the pace of the game, and that really seems to be what has happened. Because they look a lot more comfortable this set than they did in the first set. Another point for the Bulldogs. They've got the Cougars of Lutheran St. Charles kind of discombobulated a little bit on defense right now. You know, you were mentioned in the first set that their passes were almost perfect. Their setter didn't have to move a lot. It's not been the case the same way, at least this second set. At least not on every play. Burford hits it back over. See what the big hit by Rom that time on the outside. He's a solid hitter too. They've got a team full of hitters. He's a senior for this Lutheran St. Charles team. Will Rom.
Yeah, he put that ball down. It was hard.
DJ Edson, the libero, back to serve for the Cougars. See if that comes over, and it does.
Oh, my.
Rom just let that one come down. I don't think he thought it was coming over, but
I don't think he did either, and he just
kind of froze.
He just watched.
Yep. And it landed right at his feet, so. Those kind of things happen, but you have to, you know, when you're playing at championship level, you got to be careful about it. Oh, there's Versman with the swing out of the back row again. Durbin back in for Bertel. Set to the outside to Burford, but a big block. Durbin up again, up on that block. Oh, nice hands that time by North to try to pick that up, but that was a smart play again by Dodson. Very late decision on that. I mean, they were tricked by the fact that he waited so long before he tipped it over. Back row, Versman, and hits it out.
There again, what Dodson did there, like you said, was delayed. It's all about that quickness.
Yep.
You know, the quicker you can make those decisions, whether it's a swing or an offensive attack by the setter like that, the quicker, then it's harder for the defense to defend.
Right.
Seen that coming.
Yep.
Over.
It was over. Ball was not at the net. He went over into the other side to attack that ball, and he can't do that.
It's so tempting when these kids can jump so high and get high above the net.
Absolutely.
To want to go across that net and get it.
Yep. We saw that same thing happen in the junior varsity match today. Just a little too aggressive on one, and that one was in the middle also. Just a little too aggressive on it.
Notre Dame's got a 16-12 lead. Let's see if we can hold on here and make it to 20.
Absolutely. Doobie with the hit and the block by the Cougars. It's close to out, but played by Bennett. Dodson with the set, quick to the middle, and no touch on that one. Wasn't for lack of trying, they just missed it.
Notre Dame playing much, much better this second set. They're playing a lot faster game. Their passing's better.
Well, you said that, and then you jinxed it.
I started to say I just jinxed him. Sure not what I intended to happen there.
Right. 16-14 now. Will Rom back to serve again for the Lutheran St. Charles Cougars. Doobie with the blocked again.
Good recovery by the libero from Notre Dame.
It was, absolutely. He's covering that block, covering that hit very well. That's the second time he's done that. Versman blocked again, but smart, aware, picked that ball up. Rom out of the back row to finish it off.
Yeah, Joseph Swinneman has done a phenomenal job covering the Notre Dame hitters and pulling that ball back up on the block.
Absolutely he is. Rom with the serve, off the top of the net, free ball back over. See what can be done. Oh, and there's North again out of the middle. Quick little set, went up and just pounded it. No opposition.
No, it looks like the Cougars' intensity levels trying to pick up a little bit. I think they realize if they don't pick it up, they're going to find themselves going three.
Absolutely. We did mention that we're playing 2 out of 3, best 2 out of 3 in this match, because we do have 3 teams playing tonight. So to avoid wearing this Lutheran St. Charles team completely out, they've agreed to go play 2 out of 3 tonight. It's long 17-16 now. The Notre Dame Bulldogs take the lead. Schwindeman back to serve with left-handed serve. It's not an easy serve to pick up, but nice work by Schwindeman to keep that ball alive, keep that point alive. Versman right on the net to hit that ball down.
Yeah, overpass by Wagner.
Right to him, and he was just waiting for it.
And I remember back in my day, an overpass was like gravy. You know, it's like, oh man, I can't wait for this one to come.
Absolutely. You just try to keep from getting too excited when it comes over like that. And off the block and out of bounds. DeBrock with the hit.
Nice swing by Jackson there. He didn't let up. He swung hard and used that block to his advantage.
Absolutely. That's a smart play if you could make it work.
Oh, we got a net violation there on Wagner.
Blocker's in the net, so
you can tell he's a little frustrated with himself.
Yep. Tied up, 18-all now. Bertel back into the match to serve. He's a solid back row player. We haven't called his name a lot, but he's a solid player back there. DeBrock again, that time right down the line from the right side.
Yeah, Jackson did a nice job taking line on that swing, and he was determined to put the ball on the floor, and that's exactly what he did.
Absolutely. Doobie back to serve. Set to Versman, and set was off the court. He couldn't reach it and couldn't get it back over.
Notre Dame hits that 20 mark.
They did. We'll see if what we normally see is that's a precursor to a win, but we'll see what happens here. This is a tight match, 2018. Good pickup by Dodson, but didn't get any help. Nobody was ready for it. It came off of him pretty fast.
That was really quick.
Absolutely, very fast.
Really, that ball was hit hard.
Yeah. Free ball back over. Let's see what the Cougars do with it. See how they take advantage of this. Rom had to reach for that set. Let's try that again, see where it goes. Goes to Versman in the back row. This time in the middle and not able to corral the ball. DeBrock and Dodson both went after it, ran into the scorer's table, but not able to bring it back into the court of play.
Now it's going to be a race to 25.
20 all out, 20 all.
It's going to be a race to 25 now.
That's right. Versman with the serve. Burford with a strong swing from the outside that time.
Absolutely. Nice. Another nice pass by Schwindeman. Notre Dame's libero did a nice job passing the ball right to target.
Yep.
So that setter so Dodson could put the ball in the air for his outside, and they got the job done.
Very nice. DeBrock back to serve for the Bulldogs. Rom with a strong hit. Cross court. He loves to hit that ball cross court. I've watched him, in warm-ups he did it, and he's done it several times here. And especially from the outside, he likes that's kind of an inside-out swing, but he loves that cross court. Nice set to Rubel.
Nice job there, just taking a little control and took a little off of it and put it right where there was not a defender.
Yep. Perfect control on that one. You're absolutely right. Wagner back to serve for the Bulldogs. Nice spot. There's your setter, Dodson again, finding the spot. 23-21. Lutheran St. Charles is going to take a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the conclusion of set number 2 here on Aycorp Sports.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
Welcome back to Saxony Lutheran High School here in Jackson, Missouri. There's too many Lutheran and Catholic schools. I'm confused about the Lutherans. I've got we've got Lutheran St. Charles and Saxony Lutheran, and almost got mixed up there. But it's a very religious night here at Saxony Lutheran for sure.
Absolutely. And we got some good volleyball.
And we got great volleyball going on. 23-21 is the score. Notre Dame in the lead. And nice swing away that time. Off the block and out of bounds. So it's 23-22 now. Durbin back in on the front row for this last push. Bennett back to serve for the Cougars. Set to the front from Burford. There's Schwindeman again with the protection of the hitter on the back from the back row. Rahm on the outside, picked up nicely that time by Doobie. Dodson got the swing away. Setter, he's a setter, but he got the swing away that time, but just hit it a little bit long. Tied it up, 23-23.
Notre Dame needs to get a good pass here and a swing on the ball. And
got to get a stop here. Bennett with the serve. That ball must have some movement on it because they're not getting good, clean reception on it. Burford tips it back over. Set to the outside to Rahm, and he tried to go across court, cut it too much, and that time didn't get it over the net. 24-23, so it's set point here in set number 2 for the Bulldogs with Lauren Burford back to serve for the Bulldogs. In the set.
I figured they were going to go to their big guys, but that's what they did.
Right where they needed to go with it and did it quick, tied it up 24-24.
Now they got North, and they also have Versman on the front line.
Sure do. You don't know where this ball is going to go. Burford with the swing from the back row. North tried to dunk that one over, and just a little short. He was farther from the net, I believe, than he thought he was.
Yeah.
So
the ball's going to either go to North or Versman, I'm sure, here.
Set point again. And there's Versman on the outside.
Nice
Schwindeman with the pickup. Nice pass, too. DeBrock with the hit picked up. Now they're out of system. Versman just tips it back over. And there's that back corner again. Dodson with great court vision.
Absolutely.
Puts
Great
that ball
job.
right where he needed. And that's a set number 2 win for the Notre Dame Bulldogs. So we're going to set number 3, 1-1. We'll be back in about a minute to talk about set number 2 and what can we expect from set number 3 here on Aycorp Sports.
At Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
Welcome back to the Saxony Lutheran High School Gymnasium, where the Notre Dame Bulldogs and the Lutheran St. Charles Cougars have split sets 1 and 2, with Lutheran St. Charles just dominating set number 1, and the Notre Dame Bulldogs coming back and end up winning that one 26-24 in set number 2. Coach, what can we expect in this next one?
Well, I think if Notre Dame maintains the intensity level that they were playing in that second set, we'll have a good third. I kind of anticipate the Lutheran St. Charles Cougars, I kind of anticipate them to start running a little bit faster offense. Notre Dame needs to be ready for that. I think if Notre Dame keeps continuing playing like they are, it's going to be a good third set here. We'll just see what it all again comes down to the pass.
Right.
And
we saw that. We saw the difference in the, when Notre Dame started attacking and hitting the ball more consistently, the passing for the Cougars was not nearly as crisp as it was in set number 1.
Absolutely. So we'll see what happens here in the set 3, but it should be a good one, hopefully.
We'll go to 25 here again in set number 3. Sometimes we do, in junior varsity, they have the option, and I guess in varsity too, for the 5th set, if they go 5, they have the option of playing to 15. But the choice tonight is to play to 25. It looked like both teams were in agreement with that. I think if either team wants to go to 25, that's what they'll do.
Actually,
so that's what we're going to do.
Actually, I think, Philip, in Misha, if it's a 5th set, I think it's 15.
I think so. No matter what.
Right. They don't have an option.
I know in junior varsity they do, so.
Yeah, in junior varsity they play best of 3 normally.
Right, they do play best of 3.
So it's not such a long night for these schools when they're out on the road.
They can still play to 25, that's right.
Absolutely. So there we go.
So Notre Dame gets the first serve, and it's DeBrock back to serve for the Bulldogs. A little bit of a challenge on the first play here for the. Well, and there is Dodson putting the ball exactly where he put the last point of set number 2.
3 times in a row tonight.
I know, the last point of set number 2 and the first point of set number 3 landed in almost the identical location.
He does a nice job seeing the opponent's court.
He does, he really does. But he doesn't do it so often that they expect it. I still think they were not expecting that. And Wagner takes the swing and ends up hitting the antenna, so that was out. The set was way outside. There wasn't anything he could do with that.
So many players in volleyball don't think they have to look at the opponent court, but I know from collegiate standpoint, college coaches like players that can see the opponent's court.
Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense.
Court awareness, not just on your side.
Absolutely.
And that's something Dodson's doing a great job of tonight, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That court awareness on the opposite side.
For sure. 2-1 now. The Bulldogs with the lead. Free ball back over. Set to the outside to Burford, and that time used the block and out of bounds.
We notice here Notre Dame serving fairly aggressively.
Yep.
Again, the Cougars are not getting the passes they were getting in the first set, and it's showing right here.
Wagner with the serve again.
Notre Dame's getting quicker on the block.
They are, especially that middle, and there's Rom. The block was up, but it just came down. They didn't penetrate enough, and it came down on their side. Big, strong swing by Rom there on the outside. He's a solid player for sure. So Bennett back to serve for the Cougars. Tough pass, not a good pass that time for the Bulldogs. Not much Dodson could do with that. He tried to just tip it over, and it was just too tight to the net. So tied up 3-3. Dodson with a quick set. I do believe that was blocked by the head of North that time. But it got through his hands and off his forehead, I believe. And he just kind of laughed it off.
Yeah.
Not much you can do but laugh it off. Quick tip. So back into the system for the Cougars. Little bump set. Nice tip over that time by Dodson. Block goes up, and it's out. Versman out of the back row hits it long.
You know, and I do want to make a comment here on the play earlier that the ball was hit out when it hit the kid's head. The coach from the Cougars was, thinking the ball was in, and I want to just hats off to the line judge there from the Cougars squad who called the ball out.
Yep.
I like that.
Absolutely.
That says a lot about his integrity as a line judge, and we need to acknowledge kids like that.
Absolutely, 100%. You're right, because a lot of times it is kids. And this is junior varsity player that's calling the line back there, and he could have been swayed by
his coach.
Wanting that ball to be in, and the Notre Dame's in the net that time. Doobie's in the net for the Bulldogs. But yeah, you got to give him credit for that.
Absolutely,
he's
I
doing his
commend
job
him for that. He's
Absolutely.
done a great job with that, and I just like to commend kids when they do stuff like that.
Absolutely. The line judges are not MSHA officials. They are provided by the two teams. They do switch ends between sets, so they're back to their original positions on the same end with the team that provided them. So Versman with a swing there. Schwindeman again, right in the perfect location. Again to protect the hit. And that time Doobie didn't get it over the net. 6-5 now, the Cougars with the lead. What a great night of volleyball. A lot of fun here tonight. Every set we've played so far, including the junior varsity and the varsity, have been very competitive, very close. Off the block and out of bounds. Both line judges saw that tip.
We're all tied up, and this is kind of what I was expecting to see. Is hopefully
Absolutely.
This third set, point for point, and that's where we're at.
And both teams are feel like they're at full strength. Big block that time. Get hit by Doobie in the middle and not able to be handled by the defense of the Cougars. Schwindeman back to serve again at 7-6 now. Bulldogs in the lead.
Nice dig by Schwindeman. That ball was hit hard.
Absolutely. Schwindeman is really playing well on that back row tonight. And again,
look at that. Awesome.
Versman hitting it right at him, and he's picking it up. Back row to Rom. And
net violation on...
Was Doobie back into the net again?
Yes, he was in the net.
He's going to have to be careful. That's twice he's violated that net, and he's going to have to be careful because that was a point his team could have won. So 7-7. Quick set to the middle, and that's in.
There again, it was a close call, and the line judge from the Cougars called the
right
ball
on
in.
it.
He was
Absolutely.
right on the call, didn't hesitate. Again, another hats off to a young man that's calling what he sees.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was close. It's hard for us to see up here. There are players between us and the play, but he was very confident that it was in, and that's a lift on the Cougars. So 9-7. The Bulldogs on a little bit of a run. See if they could put a couple more points together here, string some points together. Nobody's really been able to do that in this set yet. Versman with a swing, but blocked that time by Doobie and DeBrock. DeBrock with the push over.
Net violation on Versman, I believe, there.
Okay.
To give Notre Dame another point, so they take that 3-point lead.
Absolutely. I wasn't quite sure who he called that on, but I think you're right. It was on Versman. DeBrock finds the corner. Man, they found that corner many times tonight.
Absolutely. Notre Dame's doing a great job playing aggressively right now, playing good defense.
Got a 4-point lead. Lutheran St. Charles Cougars call timeout. So we'll take a quick break with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on Aycorp Sports. Welcome back to the Saxony Lutheran High School Gymnasium. We are in set number 3 of this varsity match between the Notre Dame Bulldogs and the Lutheran St. Charles Crusaders. 11-7, Notre Dame with the lead. Coach, the little bit of a momentum swing there, and Notre Dame kind of pushed it out a little bit. Let's see if that timeout, if this next point goes to the coach or if this next point goes to the Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
Nice serve, picked up nicely though, and there's Versman, but big block. DeBrock thought Versman had crossed the line, looked like. Schwindeman, there's a little communication issue there, but he saved the play. Saved it again. Really playing well in the back row. Not much he could do that time. It was a little off the block. He couldn't get to it. He's working hard in the back row.
He's doing a great job.
I've been impressed with the way he's played tonight.
Yeah, he's one of my NSSC boys, so
okay.
That makes me proud to watch him play like he's doing.
He's a
great kid too, by the way.
He's a solid player and really has made a difference in this game. There it is again.
He pulled it again, so he's doing a phenomenal job. Here we go again. Little miscommunication there by the
Let's
Cougars.
see what the didn't find his spot that time, but the Cougars did. So 11-9 now, 11-7 to 11-9. So Bertel back to serve for the Cougars. Quick to the middle to Doobie. Dodson hits it back over. Rom out of the back row. Big block there by DeBrock and Doobie in the front row. Those two worked well together during that rotation. They had that block up on almost every hit, and they were effective. And Doobie back to serve. Little tip over by Bennett, the setter. Found his spot. 12-10. Versman with the serve. To the outside for Burford, and man, their block wasn't up that time, and he just pounded that ball.
He got a good one-on-one swing.
He did.
The middle for the Cougars he got held there by the middle from Notre Dame, so he wasn't able to get out there to close that block, and
wasn't sure where it was going.
No,
so
so Notre Dame capitalized on that.
And all these guys that are hitting tonight, every one of them one-on-one is going to be tough to handle. Missed the block that time and out of bounds. So point for the Cougars. Edson with the serve for the Cougars. And down. North with the hit out of the middle, a quick set, hit out of the middle, and found the spot in the back row. Edson again. Dodson outside and that hit the antenna, or it was behind. They couldn't tell if it was behind or if it hit it. But either way, it was out.
And it's now tied up.
Tied it up, 13-all.
It's a race to 25, it looks like.
Yep, that's right. All new ball game, and number 12 North that time was in the net. So I'll tell you, I'm happy that I'll tell you in a moment after this play. Nice pickup again by Schwindeman, back set to Doobie and out. Just a little bit long. Nice play, but a little bit long. I'm very happy that the Lutheran St. Charles team chose to wear their black uniforms with the white numerals. As you can see, the line judge down there has a blue numeral on his, and they are really hard to see. So yeah. I'm really glad that they chose, for my calling this game, they chose numerals that I could see. So nice hit that time by Rom on the outside.
Yeah, and you're probably going to see if they're setting the ball to the outside right now to the Cougars. you're probably going to see that outside take the line.
Absolutely. So we'll stay here through this timeout. Notre Dame calls the timeout. It's 15-14 now. The Cougars with the lead. Sports fans, make sure that you take the opportunity to check out our baseball and softball highlight shows. Baseball breakdown and softball breakdown on right here on Aycorp Sports on this YouTube channel that you're watching tonight's game on. Josh I and Brandon McMillan have been hard at work following local baseball and softball teams throughout this season. So check those out. We have at least 1 or 2 games every week, usually 2, and so check it out and enjoy those baseball highlights and the commentary that goes along with it. So baseball and softball are a challenge for us to record live and live stream because weather, because all kinds of issues with the internet and so forth. So we've chosen to send out our guys and have them record and then do a highlight show. So it works out pretty good for us. Burford with the tip back over, so a little out of rotation, but they're out of system that time. Nice hit out of the middle by Rubel.
I don't know how many digs Schwinneman's got tonight, but I know he's got several.
Oh, absolutely.
And the majority of his digs have been right back into the zone 1 for the setter to
they
be
sure
able to do
have.
something with it. So he's done a phenomenal job tonight.
Yep. Yeah, not just getting the ball up, but getting it where it needs to be. He's been hugely successful at that tonight. Rom with the hit. Set to the outside to Doobie. And off the hands and out of bounds for another point. 16-15 now. The Bulldogs with the lead. Burford continuing to serve for the Bulldogs. Deep serve and in. Tough location. You think it's going to be long, and it's not. It lands right in the court. Good serve by Burford. Now we just see where he goes with it this time. If he goes long or if he goes short this time. His choice to go a little shorter. Picked up nicely that time, and there's North out of the middle again. That's been probably their most effective offense tonight, is that little quick set out of the middle to North.
I was just looking, these teams, this first meeting for them to play against each other. So.
Absolutely. Nice serve by Rom. Tied up 17-all. Yeah, they've played each of the last 3 years, and they've split. Last 2 years they split 1-1. So tonight is the kind of the rubber match over the last 3 years for these two teams. So another point, that time a joust on the net that was won by the Cougars. Set to the outside to Doobie, off the block. Schwindeman gets a hand on it and gets it back into the play. Again, save the point. That's tough to do that with one hand and not carry it or lift it, but nice play that time, but handled well by the Bulldogs.
You know, and that's something you see in boys volleyball that you don't see in the girls. The boys have the strength in their arms to be able to handle the ball with
and
that
their
one
wrists
hand.
and their hands.
And
That's absolutely right. Because that's not easy to do without catching it and throwing it.
They have to have good strength in that wrist and that arm, and that's the difference you see in boys volleyball, is that that strength that they have in their arms and their wrists to be able to do things like that.
So North with the serve, up 19-18. Big, strong hit by DeBrock that time.
Jackson went up determined to put the ball on the floor, and that's exactly what he did.
You know, he almost lulls you to sleep. He'll go 2 or 3 rotations and not be, you won't hear anything out of him, and then all of a sudden he's pounding the ball. He likes this right side too. It's not a favorite of a lot of right-handed hitters either, so big block. Oh. They were back up to block it again, but that time he used the block and hit it off them and out of bounds. So 20-19 now for with the Cougars in the lead. That's what you were talking about, Coach. They didn't get their hands quite outside enough to back toward the court that time, and Versman was able to take advantage of that. Back set, off the block. Okay, and that was out. Bartell with the serve, set to the outside to Wagner. Quick set over the net. Nice play by Dodson that time just to keep that point alive. Good pass by Schwendeman. Doobie with the hit. That's coming over. This time to Wagner. Dodson calling everybody off and taking that second hit. Burford out of the back row. Took up a little change up. What a great rally this set. Nice rally.
Great rally by both teams. Good defense. That was enjoyable to watch.
It was, absolutely. A lot of fun, back and forth. But finally won by Notre Dame. So 21-20 now. Cougars still with the lead. Versman swinging away, but that time blocked again by DeBrock and Burford. Outside to DeBrock. Inside of the antenna. Sort of a free ball back over. Rom hit it, but it was fairly free. Nice play by the defense of Notre Dame. I think they may have got a little finger on that as he tipped it, but it was a good play and a down on the Cougar side to tie it up. They'll be back to serve again for the Bulldogs. Set right on the net for Versman and
DeBrock is the net violation.
DeBrock was in the net. Trying to get that block up, but unfortunately got into the net on the way up. So 22-21, Versman back to serve for the Cougars. Big, strong serve, but picked up nicely by Schwendeman. The block up quick out of the middle. Back to the outside to Rom, but somebody was in the net that time.
He was in the net.
And it was Rom on the swing. He was in the net. So point for the Bulldogs.
We're all tied up.
22-22. It's going to be tight all the way to the end, Coach, just like the last one was. Got to win by 2. Let's see what that number winds up being. Nice play. Found the spot. 23-22 now. Cougars in the lead. DJ Edson back to serve for the Cougars. Quick set to the middle and out. Burford swinging hard but hitting it long. So match point here for the Cougars. 24-22 with Edson back to serve. And Schwendeman played it, absolutely. Big joust at the net, and that's the ball game. The Cougars with the win. 25-22 here in set number 3. Win 2 sets to 1. What a great match, Coach. Two fairly evenly matched teams. Didn't look like it in set number 1, but they really were. They were, similar teams. Honestly, they were similar. They're very athletic. Both teams are very athletic, and they played. Once Notre Dame kind of got their feet under them and kind of realized the game was going to be faster than last night. Seems like at that point, they were much more ready to play.
Yeah, it was a much faster game. Notre Dame picked up their intensity level by far, and it turned out to be the last 2 sets were great volleyball, great to watch. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything any better.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to watch this JV game here at Saxony Lutheran. The Saxony Lutheran Crusaders will be taking on the Lutheran St. Charles Cougars in junior varsity action, and then we'll be back in about an hour or so for game number 2 tonight, which will feature those two teams, the Saxony Lutheran and Lutheran St. Charles. So tune back in about an hour. We'll be here to bring you all the action from that varsity match right here on Aycorp Sports.